Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Teruvan Saranai. Good evening, Venerable Mahasangha, Sires and brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today we are going to talk about the second part of Vitakka Tika, initial application triplet. So first, what we're going to talk about today is based on this exercise. Categorize the analytical states of the Vitakka Tika according to khandha, aggregates, āyatana, bases, dhātu, elements, and ariya, sacca, noble truths. So before we move on to the question, we'll revise what Vitakka Tika comprises of. So Vitakka Tika comprises of three terms. Savitakkasavicārā dhammā, states associated with initial and sustained application of the mind. Avitakkaavicāramattā dhammā, states not associated with initial application of the mind, but merely with sustained application of the mind. And the third term, avitakkaavicārā dhammā, states that are not associated with both initial or sustained application of the mind. So now we will look at the first term, savitakkasavicārā dhammā, and what analytical states that are classified under it. So here we get the states classified under three bhumi, three spheres, the kāmāvacara, rūpāvacara, and lokuttara. Under kāmāvacara, we get 44 consciousness. So how do we get 44? In total, we have 54 kāmāvacara consciousness. So when we deduct the 10 ahetuka, the consciousness, the eye, ear, nose, tongue and body consciousness, you get 10 consciousness there. When we deduct those 10, we get 44. And if you ask why we deduct those 10, that is because those 10 are associated only with the 7 universal mental factors, the sabbha citta sadharana cetasika. Next, the rūpāvacara, we get only 3 consciousness. These are the first jhana consciousness, which are kusala, vipaka, and kriya. So we get 3 there. And under lokuttara, the supramundane, we get 8. And again, they are the first jhana consciousness, 4 magga and 4 phala. We don't get any arupavachara chitta here because they are all 5th jhana consciousness, and 5th jhana consciousness do not have vitakka and vichara. Therefore, they are excluded from this term. And finally, the cetasika, or the mental factors that are associated with these consciousness, are a total of 50, excluding vitakka and vichara. Now, savitakkasavicārā dhammā, the analytical states coming under this term are classified under 4 khandha, 4 aggregates, 2 bases, 3 elements, and 3 ariya, sacca, noble truths. Let's first look at the aggregates. So there are 4 khandha, 4 aggregates classified here, and that is because we don't get rupa classified under savitakkasavicārā. So we get only 4 khandha. So vedana, feeling mental factor, comes under vedana khandha. Sanya, perception mental factor, comes under sanya, or perception aggregate. And the remaining 48 mental factors fall under mental formations, or sankhara khandha. And finally, the 55 consciousness, the savitakkasavicārā consciousness, are classified under consciousness aggregate. Now, under āyatana, we get two bases. And that is because the first 10 āyatana are all matter or rupa āyatana. And here, because matter or rupa are not classified, we get only 2 āyatana. So under manāyatana, we get the 55 savitakkasavicārā consciousness, and the 50 mental factors are classified under dhammā. Under dhātu elements, we get 3. So let's again recall what the dhātu are. In total, there are 18 dhātu. The first 10 classifies rupa, or the 12 odarika rupa. And then the next 5, you get chakku, sota, gana, jibha, kaya, viññāna. And those are again not savitakkasavicārā dhamma, because they do not, they are not associated with vitakka and vichara. So therefore, we don't get those 5 dhātu as well. So what is left are the mano dhātu, where we get the 2 sampatichana, receiving consciousness, and the 5 sense to adverting consciousness, the panchadvara vajjana chitta. So there are 3 consciousness classified under mano dhātu. And the remaining 52 chitta. Now we had 55 savitakkasavicārā consciousness. When you deduct the 3 that went into mano dhātu, we are left with 52. So those are classified under mano viññāna dhātu. And the 50 mental factors are classified under dhamma dhātu. Now we come to the final category, the noble truths. And here we get 3 ariya sacca. And what we do not get is the nirodha sacca, because nibbana is not classified here. Now let's see what the remaining ariya sacca are. We get dukkha sacca, samudaya sacca, and magga sacca. So because we have the akusala chitta, we have the lobha chitta here, we get the lobha cetasika as well. So the lobha cetasika is classified under samudaya sacca. And out of the 55 consciousness, 8 are supramundane. The remaining 47 are mundane. These are classified under dukkha ariya sacca. And when we deduct lobha from the 50 mental factors, we get the remaining 49 cetasika. So that comprises of the dukkha ariya sacca. And we get the magga sacca. Now here you must remember that this is savitakkasavicārā dhamma. And here we don't classify vitakka under this term. Therefore, vitakka is also right thought. It is one of the constituents of the path. So because it is not classified under this term, instead of saying 8 constituents of the path, we say 7 constituents of the path. So that is why this is different to the other terms that we have discussed so far. And what is remaining? What we have not classified under noble truths, those that are outside the scope of the noble truths, are the 4 magga chitta and the 27 other cetasika, which adds up to 28 magga chittupada, and 4 phala chitta plus the remaining 34 mental factors, which gives us 35 phala chittupada. Now we move on to the second term, avitakkaavicāramattā dhammā, states that are not associated with initial application of the mind, but merely with sustained application of the mind. Now here under this term, we get only rūpāvachara and lokuttara dhamma, that is the main component. So under rūpāvachara, we get the second jhana, kusala, vipaka, and kriya. So we get 3 consciousness there. Under lokuttara, again, we get the second jhana, magga, and phala, which are 8 consciousness. And together with these, we get 36 mental factors arising with them. Here again, we are excluding vitakka and vichara. Now, under the first term, we had 55 vitakka and 55 vichara that were excluded from that term. Now, the 55 vitakka that were excluded from savitakkasavicārā dhamma are included here under avitakkaavicāramattā. And if just to quickly summarize, How we got those 55 vitakka? It's because those 55 vitakka had a vichara for them to be associated with. So they were savicārā or vicāramattā. However, each consciousness has only one vitakka. Therefore, the vitakka does not have another vitakka for it to be associated with. This is with regards to one specific consciousness. Therefore, the vitakka of each consciousness is avitakka. It doesn't have another vitakka for it to be associated with. So how we can describe these vitakka are as avitakkaavicāramattā. That is why they are classified under this term. The vichara, however, are avichara. They are savitakkavicārā dhammā. And because of that, they don't come under this term. They should be classified elsewhere. So under this term, we get those 55 vitakka falling under this term as well. The avitakkaavicāramattā dhammā are classified under 4 aggregates, 4 khandha, 2 āyatana bases, 2 dhātu elements, and 2 ariya sacca noble truths. We'll first look at the 4 aggregates. Now again, we don't get rupa here. That's why we are left with 4 aggregates. And vedana cetasika is classified under vedana khandha, feeling aggregate. Saññā, perception, is classified under saññā or perception aggregate. The remaining 34 cetasika, so 36 minus vedana and saññā gives 34, plus the 55 vitakka are classified under mental formations aggregate. And the 11 chitta, the 3 rupavachara and the 8 lokuttara chitta are classified under consciousness aggregate. Under bases, we get 2 bases, 2 āyatana. The 11 consciousness, avitakkaavicāramattā consciousness, are classified under mana āyatana, mind base. And the mental factors, the 36 cetasika and the 55 vitakkas of the savitakkasavicārā dhammā, are classified under dhammā āyatana, mental object base. And again, under dhātu, we get 2 dhātu. The 11 consciousness are classified under manoviññāna dhātu, and all the mental factors, the 36 mental factors plus the 5 vitakkas, 55 vitakkas, are classified under dhamma dhātu. Under ariya sacca, we get only 2. Now here, because none of the akusala chitta, cetasika, are classified here, we don't get lobha or greed mental factor. Therefore, we don't get samudaya sacca. And also we don't get nirodha sacca because nibbana is not classified here. We get the remaining 2 ariya sacca. So under dukkha ariya sacca, all the mundane consciousness and the mental factors are classified here. So we get 3 mundane consciousness, the 3 rupavachara second jhana consciousness, and arising together with them 33 cetasika and 47 vitakkas of the mundane savitakkasavicārā dhammā. And under magga sacca, we get only 7 constituents of the path. And as I explained before, we don't get vitakka here. Vitakka is not classified. And this is with regards to the second jhana, right? So we get 7 constituents of the path with regards to the second jhana. However, under the savitakkasavicārā dhammā, we got 4 magga chitta, first jhana magga chitta. And those chitta had vitakka cetasika or samma sankappa arising together with them. They are classified here separately as 4 samma sankappa arising in the 4 supramundane savitakkasavicārā, first jhana magga chitta. So that is included separately here. And outside the scope of the noble truths, we get the remaining 4 second jhana magga chitta, together with the 27 other cetasika. This gives rise to 28 magga chittuppada and 4 phala chitta and 34 cetasika. That is 35 phala chittuppada. These are the second jhana magga and phala chitta cetasika. In addition, the 4 vitakkas that arose in the 4 supramundane, first jhana phala chitta, those vitakka are also classified under this term. So these, we've mentioned them separately as the 4 vitakka rising in these first jhana phala chitta. They are all outside the scope of the noble truths. Now we come to the final term, avitakkaavicārā dhammā, states without initial and sustained application of the mind. Now, under this term, we get the ultimate realities under all 4 spheres, the kāmāvacara, rūpāvacara, arūpāvacara, and lokuttara. Under kāmāvacara, you would remember that 44 out of the 54 consciousness were classified under the first term, savitakkasavicārā dhammā. Now here we get the remaining 10 consciousness. These are the 10 ahetuka, rootless consciousness. So these 10 we get 5 akusala vipaka and 5 ahetuka kusala vipaka. These are the eye, ear, nose, tongue and body consciousness. Then under rūpāvacara, we get 9 consciousness. These are the 3rd, 4th and 5th jhana consciousness, kusala, vipaka and kriya. So we get 3 of each. That gives us 9. Arūpāvacara, all 12 arūpāvacara consciousness are classified here because they are 5th jhana consciousness. So we get 4 kusala, 4 vipaka and 4 kriya. Under lokuttara, we get 24. We get here again, we get the 3rd, 4th and 5th jhana, magga and phala. So we get 12 each from each group. Together with these, we get 36 cetasika, and we have to deduct the vitakka and vichara from 38. That is how we get 36. And in addition, we have to also add the 11 vichara that were associated with the second jhana consciousness. These were the consciousness that were classified under the second term, avitakkaavicāramattā. Now let's see why they are classified here. So those 11 the 11 vichara were not associated with a vitakka because they are second jhana. When it's second jhana, those out of the 5 jhana factors, we get only vichara, priti, sukha and ekaggata. So those vichara are not associated with a vitakka. Therefore, they are avitakka. And again, because each consciousness has only one vichara, there isn't another vichara for them to be associated with. They are also called avichara. So these are avitakka avicārā dhammā. That is why they are classified here. In addition, all rupa and nibbana are also not associated with vitakka or vichara. Therefore, they are also classified here. The avitakkaavicārā dhammā are classified under 5 khandha, aggregates, 12 āyatana bases, 17 dhātu, elements, and 3 ariya sacca, noble truths. Let's first look at the aggregates. Now here, because we have rupa, we get all 5 aggregates. So the 28 rupa are classified under rūpakkhandha, matter aggregate. Feeling, vedana, cetasika is classified under vedanakkhandha, feeling aggregate. Perception, saññā, is classified under perception or saññakkhandha. The remaining 34 cetasika and the 11 vichara, which were associated with the 11 avitakkaavicāramattā or the second jhana consciousness, are classified under mental formations, sankhara, khandha. And the 55 avitakkaavicārā consciousness are classified under consciousness aggregate. Now we can't forget nibbana. Nibbana was also classified under avitakkaavicārā dhammā. These are outside, this is outside the scope of aggregate. So we must mention that as well. Again, under āyatana basis, we get all 12 āyatana. The first 10, the chakku, sota, gana, jibha, kaya, rupa, saddha, gandha, rasa, pottabba āyatana. These 10 āyatana classifies the 12 udarika, or the gross material. And the remaining 16 sukkuma rupa, the subtle matter, are classified under dhammayatana. The 55 avitakkaavicārā chitta are classified under manayatana, mind base. And what is left are the 36 cetasika, the 11 vichara that we got from the second term, and nibbana, along with the 16 sukkuma rupa. These are all classified under dhammayatana. Under dhātu, we get 17 dhātu. Now in total, there are 18 dhātu, but here we get only 17. That is because we don't get mano dhātu. Mano dhātu classified the two sampatichana and panchadvara vajjana chitta, and these were classified under the first term, savitakkasavicārā dhammā. Therefore, they don't fall under this term. So here on this slide, we have shown you the first 10 dhātu, which are the rupa dhātu. Chakku, sota, gana, jibha, kaya, rupa, saddha, gandha, rasa, pottabba. And here we have 12 udarika, or gross matter, classified under these 10 dhātu. On this slide, we have the remaining 7 dhātu classified. So here we get the 5 consciousness, the 5 vijnana dhātu, the chakku, sota, gana, jibha, kaya. Under these 5, we get 10 consciousness classified here, the 2 eye, the 2 ear, the 2 nose, 2 tongue, and 2 body consciousness. Once you deduct these 10 from the 55 avitakkaavicārā consciousness, we are left with 45 avitakkaavicārā chitta. These are classified under mano vijnana dhātu, the mind consciousness element. And everything else, the 36 cetasika, the 11 vichara, the 16 sukkuma rupa, and nibbana, they are all classified under dhamma dhātu. And finally, we come to the last category, ariya sacca, and here we get 3 noble truths classified here. And what we don't get is samudaya sacca, because we don't get lobha cetasika coming under this term. So here, if you look at the first one, dukkha sacca, out of the 55 avitakkaavicārā chitta, 31 are mundane. So we get 31 consciousness, and together with them, we get 33 cetasika arising and 3 vichara. These 3 vichara were the vichara associated with the rupavachara second jhana consciousness. Again, coming from the second term, avitakkaavicāramattā dhammā. And 28 rupa. All of these are dukkha sacca. Nibbana is nirodha sacca. And the third, magga sacca, here again, because we don't have vitakka and vichara classified under this term, we get 7 constituents of the path. Because samma sankappa, right thought, is not classified here. And finally, outside the scope of the noble truths, we get the 12 magga chitta, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th jhana magga chitta, together with 26 other cetasika. Those are the 28 magga chittupada, and also 4 vichara arising in the 4 avitakkaavicāramattā, second jhana magga chitta. And 12 palachitta and 34 cetasika. These give rise to 35 palachittupada. They are the 3rd, 4th, and 5th jhana, palachitta cetasika. And we again get 4 vichara arising in the 4 supramanden. 2nd jhana, palachitta, the avitakkaavicāramattā chitta. So these are all outside the scope of the Noble Truths. With that, we come to the end of today's discussion. We'll be continuing with the next Matika, the Tika, during our next lesson. May you all be well. Buddha Sāsanaṃ Chiraṃ Tiṭṭhatu. Buddha Sāsanaṃ Chiraṃ Tiṭṭhatu. Buddha Sāsanaṃ Chiraṃ Tiṭṭhatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.